Hello! This video is brought to you by my friends who provided me with moral support and my collection of minerals and stuff, which also did the same. Discarded. I wanted to draw TOMIE probably ever since I first read the manga almost 10 years ago, but I only did it now. So let's try to finalize the sketch. Sorry for some accidental hair in the frame. The primary sketch took everything out of me, but finalizing it was easier on my nerves. And it turned out okay, actually. So I think this time I will try to use my Holbein watercolors. Although I have quite the limited supply of some of the primary colors that I would ideally need a lot, like reds and earth tones, but I'll use what I have. Me and TOMIE couldn't be more different, but I did use my own photo as a reference for her, mostly for hand, because the face is wacky anyways, but I did. I always enjoyed soft horror and horror-related things, so I was quite happy when some random internet group about horror introduced me to works of Junji Itou. I liked his art and his style. First thing I read must have been Mimi no Kaidan or Mimi's Ghost Stories. It's a bit milder than TOMIE, but still very classic for Junji Itou's style, so I think it was a perfect introduction. But then I started to read some other manga from him. TOMIE became quite special for me because, not gonna lie, I just like the pretty shaitan girl. Stupid side story, I think I was kind of relating to Soichi a bit, because he was pathetic and scary, and I felt it from the deeps of my stupid brain. If you like horror, especially some classic ghost stories, and haven't yet read anything from Junji Itou, I highly recommend him. I do think Mimi no Kaidan is a good start, but maybe you would be more interested in Uzumaki or Spiral, cause it's more famous work of his. And here I am on camera mixing my own black for the background. To mix it, I used Phthalo Blue Yellow Shade, Easily Done Yellow Dip, and Permanent Violet, or just Dioxazine Violet. At first I was just building up the value of black, but then decided to spice it up with some mix of Cobalt Turquoise Light, because it's granulating and adds some interest to the background. Here's a quick close-up of stupid granulation that I hate but still use, for some stupid reason. For the shirts I use granulated mixture as well. I think it must be based off Cobalt Turquoise, but with Dioxazine Violet and probably Burnt Sienna. And also Ultramarine Blue for the shadows. By the way, the paper that I'm using is studio grade Fabriano Cold Press 300 GSM watercolor paper. For the shadows on the face, I was trying to use my own reference, but not to much avail. By the way, don't forget to have some spare sheet of paper, preferably the same one as the drawings, to test the colors before putting them down. Actually, my process is a bit wonky. I shouldn't have had put away hair to almost the last thing, and I definitely shouldn't have had put away hand as the last thing to paint, because it might have lifted up some hair color. But it's okay. For the hair I used the same mixture as for the background, but I did add a little bit of pure black. My black is called Lamp Black, but its pigment is PPK6, which is actually Shungite black. Speaking of Shungite, the little black sphere in my hand in the beginning of the video is exactly it. I can show it closer a bit later in the end of the video. I was too stupid to get into geology, or better, gemology, because physics. So I'm now just a collector of just rocks and stuff. But you shouldn't call them rocks or, God forbid, crystals, because they are geological samples. While I was too stupid for geology and physics, it turns out I was exactly stupid enough for chemistry. I don't think chemistry is hard, but there was another problem. I am too ill for university. It's a bit sad being uneducated, but being a NEET is not that bad as well. So here I am, finalizing the hair, darkening the darkest darks, keeping the highlights lit and stuff. It's a bit messy on the ends, but it's okay. And next I'm fixing the hand, adding the red-orange for fingers and insides of the palm, some lip fixing, nails, shadows and stuff. And I use the same spare sheet of paper as a protection for the drawing. The napkin is nearby to wipe off the brush. Here I am, almost done. Some final shadows, and that's it. Thank you if you've made it to the end of the video. Here's the drawing again, here's my pebble space, here's my shungite, and here are the art supplies. You can read names of the paints here on the tubes, and here are the pigments, although they are a bit, mixed up. Thanks from the little quartz geode, and Karga out.